Well, looks like it's time to get greasy. Alright, welcome back to my shop. Today we're going to get back on this 49 GMC and get to the bottom of that wobble that I experienced. You know, every time I get this thing on the road, it seems like a new problem crops up. And that's a shame because it's so fun to drive. So anyway, let's get down here on this front end and get busy. Alright, we're going to pull these, we're going to pull this spindle off, and to do that we got to get this brake off. Now this is going to be a little different kingpin job on a 49 than what's normal because we're dealing with disc brakes as opposed to the drums. But a lot of the disassembly is going to be the same. So anyway, unusual. Generally, he'll break stuff loose. Yeah. I guess I put the torque. You gotta get. You just have to get it the right angle. Okay. Let's see, where can I get that hang him from? Okay, we'll just leave him like that. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3. 4 bolts that holds that spindle on. All right. Well, I may not get that on there. All right. Oh, there's a lot of play. Okay. We're going to drill a hole here in the top plate. This is a cap, so I can pry it out. All right. All right, I think I can drive the bottom. There's one on the bottom. I think I can drive it out when I drive the pin out. So, we got this pin right here. Yeah, better view here. See right there. Get this lock pin off. All right. About to have it. Maybe a 9/16. Actually, I probably can. Okay. Now I'm going to start him back because I don't want to beat on the threads. See what that must have been the stop. Okay. I think the kit will come with a new one of these in case I mushroom it out. I'm going to try my best not to. Just not wanting to come out real easy. Like I say, I think every kit I've seen comes with a new one. Of course, you don't want to mushroom it out too much, or you'll it won't fit back through there. So we'll put that back on there. a little bit. And I may have already mushroomed it some. Yeah. He's going on. Okay. Yeah. Well, I can whack him. I want to whack this boy.
Begrudgingly coming. Okay. That's not it. Okay. Alright. There we go with it. Begin? Okay.
Yeah. Bring it around to the other side. Here's the pin right there. All right. Now, I should be able to drive that pin down. Yeah. There we go. See, we had a spacer on top and the big one on bottom. All right. And that bushing, there's the pin. All right, here we go. We're going to see. How's my hand doing there? Okay. Let's see how tight he fits. Good. That's tight. Yeah. Put him in the right way. Way you come out. That way. All right, boys and girls, I think my axle's good. That is tight. I can't even push it in by hand. All right, that's how tight he is. So it looks like it's my bushings that I wore, hopefully, and not my spindles. All right, good deal. All right, we found out that the axle's good because the Kingpin, even the old Kingpin went in there. I had to pound it in to get it. I couldn't even put it in by hand. So we know the axle's good. The next test is here on the spindle, and we're going to see and hope that where the bushings install, it won't be wallowed out. So let's see. Okay, on the half-ton AD trucks, the bushings are actually, they call them floaters. They actually fit loose. So that this is the bottom one right here, and he's coming out. He actually came out with the Kingpin. So I'm going to assume that's where most of the play lie, and there doesn't seem to be any additional play up in there. Okay, So it comes out. Like I say, they're floaters, so they come out, install and come out by hand, but you may have to tap them out a little bit, and I think I'm going to have to tap this one out just a bit. Get my tapper. Now this is the driver's side. I haven't taken the passenger side or right side out just yet. And just tap him out. So he's just come out real easy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try him in the bottom slot and see how tight he is. Okay. Okay, we'll try him up top. Okay, yep. So that is war. I can push him in and out. All right, so I think my spindle is good too. So it looks like what I have to do is just replace these floating bushings and just order a standard size Kingpin repair kit. All right, he's not loose at all. Now on my Chevy, I had a lot of play with the bushings, and you could tell that here on the spindle that this was wallowed out, both of them. And so I took it to a machine shop, and I took it to a front end shop, and they had a machine shop, and they actually drilled these holes out totally round, and where they were wallowed, and they made oversized bushings to go in it that would fit a standard size Kingpin. But looks like apparently sometime in this GMC's life somebody may have rebuilt, put a kit in here, and this isn't the original from '49. Okay, when I get that in there, there's no play at all. Okay, all right, so this is the driver's side. I'm not going to bore you taking the passenger side apart, but we're going to do the same test with it and hope that we get the same thing. But from my hand testing, I think the driver's side actually was wore more than the passenger side. So hopefully I may have bit the bullet and a kit will fix this up. All right. All right, I got the spindles laid out. I've got the old Kingpins and bushings in it. And I can't determine any play by hand, but that's not unusual, I don't think. Now, like I said, these bushings are they're called floaters in the half-ton Chevy, and I'm going to assume it's the same thing in the GMC because it's doing the same thing. Now, I understand in the 3/4 ton and larger AD trucks that they have to be pressed in, but you can put them in practically by hand on these half-tons. So anyway, that's the spindles laid out. These are the disc brake caliper adapters. Of course, there's the shoes. The calipers are still connected underneath the truck here. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and order. I did some measurements, and these are 0.86. That's all my caliper goes to. The standard size are 0.866, and I think the oversize is 0.876. So these are the standard size pins, and that's what I'm gonna order a kit that comes with the standard size Kingpins. All right. Well, we got them spindles off and tested out, and it looks like I've said my axles are good. The holes are not walled out, and matter of fact, Kingpins, they really won't slide in and out of it without use of force. In other words, it's got to be pressed in. So that's a good thing. So that tells me they're not walled out. And once I get them in there, I can't jerk them around in any direction. So anyway, I believe the spindles are good too. I'll know more. I measured the Kingpins themselves. According to the literature I've read, the standard size Kingpin is 0.866 thousandths of an inch. And what I did is measured it with my caliper, and I come up with 0.86. It doesn't go to 3 digits out. So 0.86, that's good. So that tells me they're a standard size. So I'm going to order the standard size replacement kit. Now, the bushing fit and the spindles are a loose fit. In other words, they float. They're not pressed in, and so I really don't know how to judge if they're. I can't determine if there's any side play or anything. So I'm guessing that the wear is on the inside between the bushings inside with the kingpin. So I will know more once I get the kit and see how good the new bushings fit in those spindles. Hopefully they'll fit somewhat tight and with no play. So all right. So anyway, so I guess the plan of attack is we're going to repair it. We'll have less than $100 in it, and a new IFS would have run probably just in material alone anywhere from $1,900 to $2,900. Plus I would have to pull the clip and I'd have to pull the engine. So like I say, I really didn't want to get into that right now. So staying with the straight axle is something I'm gonna do, and I'm still exploring options as far as maybe doing some kind of power steering. I don't know. We'll see. Power steering can be added to this straight axle, and the steering shaft cut down, and a smaller steering wheel put on that can actually be reused over with an IFS too. So that's one thing to keep in mind. So anyway, all right. Now what was it? Less than a week ago, I was out here whining about 5 straight days of 90-degree weather. I mean, it was hot. No rain and hot. You know, I put my garden out. It wasn't doing good at all. My grass was turning brown. So here I was complaining about having to mow. Now I'm complaining about it turning brown. Well, yesterday and last night we finally got some rain, and oh man, it's amazing how seed I put down some sweet corn. I put down some Golden Queen. I put it down a week ago, well, 6 days ago, and just barely a few, spots was coming up. After that rain yesterday and last night, I looked at it this morning. It's coming up like crazy. You can see my rows. My cucumbers are coming up. But anyway, you don't want to hear that stuff anyway. But anyway, a little bit of rain is what we needed, and boy, it's going to do it. I'll be back to whining about mowing again. But that's all right. The Kubota's ready to mow. Well, I was talking about those 90-degree weather, right? Well, guess what? We're in the 70s. It may even drops down into the 50s at night, and it's going to be projected to be like that for the next 3 or 4 nights. So I got my long pants on, got my doors closed, and so now since I got acclimated to 90-degree weather, 70-degree weather is about to freeze me out. But not really, because we try to run the house. We try to keep it around 72 anyway in the summertime. So, but it is chilly. It's somewhat chilly. So I'm gonna whine about that. We're always whining, aren't we? Used to be a saying back when I served in the Marines. Well, I can't say it. A complaining Marine is a happy Marine. How's that? So anyway, I don't know. Oh, I want to talk about the channel for a moment. I'm about to hit 2,500 subscribers. I would have never thought that I would ever hit that many subscribers. That there'd be that many people that would, participate and contribute to the madness that is me working on these old trucks. I appreciate that. I started posting on YouTube. It wasn't to do weekly videos or bi-weekly videos. It was these message boards I was on. I got to where I was posting still pictures, and then I got to where I wanted to, people were asking for, some videos of what I was doing, what I was talking about. So I started doing the videos, and I figured, well, YouTube's a good place to host them. Well, so it took off, and I mean, it's not, it's no big thing. I mean, I follow a lot of YouTube they call them creators, and I mean, I don't hardly even watch broadcast TV anymore. If I do, it's like some oldie stuff. I don't watch really anything on broadcast TV. I couldn't tell you who the new stars are or anything, but I follow quite a few on YouTube. I guess I follow enough to where I'm watching new stuff just about every day. I like to follow several really talented craftsmen that works not only on these old trucks and old cars, but newer stuff too. You know, some of them run their own garages. Some of them are up north. Some of them are down south here, and they're just really entertaining. They take you step by step into repair, their troubleshooting. I mean, talented. I'm talking about talented. There's several way up there in the Great White North of Canada, and oh man, they are so good at what they do. It's amazing what they do. And they put out a video once a week or maybe even twice a week, and I follow them all. I also like to follow these some homesteaders and some other people that are building their own cabins out up there in the Great White North, and even in isolated places down here, even in Tennessee. And it's just you know, of course that's a young man's game now. You know, that's way past me. I'm just living vicariously through them, watching them do it. I had my time for 30 some odd years ago when I built here, and this is it. This is my homestead. But I follow them. So I guess what I'm saying is there's a whole lot to watch on YouTube that you don't even have to turn the TV on unless you're watching YouTube on your TV. Now I subscribe to the ones I like. I give them thumbs up, and I comment on them too. And I appreciate all of you that do the same for me. It motivates you to do more, and so I appreciate it, and thank you very much. So anyway, how did I get off on that? We were talking about kingpins. Well, anyway, depending upon how long this is, this video may have the repair where I reinstall them, or if it's already run over too long, I think it has, so it'll probably be a part 3. Sorry about that. So anyway, yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll be a part 3, and I won't do the repair in this. So anyway, I want to thank you all for watching. I want to thank all you all that's contributed by either subscribing or giving me a thumbs up or commenting. I try to answer all your comments. I appreciate them. There's quite a few of all I feel like I've gotten to know via the comments. So I try to start putting my email in the description in case you want to email me for anything too. I mean, I try to. Sometimes when I'm real busy, I may not respond the same day, but I'll try to get back to you. But I do communicate with quite a few people now via email, and exchange pictures and everything. It's pretty good. We got a nice little community going, and I appreciate it. So anyway, I got to get. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope all is good with you and yours. All is good here as far as I know. Part of my family's headed down to Florida for a week. My wife, she could have went, I could have went too, but we decided we wanted to hang around here and get some stuff done. So we're praying that they're going to be doing good. If any of you all are traveling, we'll pray for you too. So anyway, have a good one, and we'll see you around on the next one. See ya. See ya.